Hi, and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to take a look at transferring files across a network using the MQTT protocol. In particular we're going to look at using Node-RED to do that. There is also on the website, which I'll link to, a project for Python, and I've recently updated that project. Now here's the flow. I'm not going to go through the flow right away. I just want to go through a few points about transferring files. There is a article on the website, and I'll put a link in the description below to that article, which discusses it in a bit more detail if you want to go and have a read of that. But here are the main points I just want to cover. Now, if you could do a search on the internet for transferring files with MQTT, one of the things you'll see a lot is that people point out that MQTT wasn't designed. Let's put the correct spelling while I'm at it. For sending files, and that's true. It wasn't. It was for sending small amounts of data across a lossy network. But if you look back at the HTTP protocol, the HTTP wasn't designed for sending email, but it is used for email. All of the major email clients now use HTTP. It also wasn't designed for downloading files, but it's used for downloading files. So it was convenient to. I must have gone dyslexic. Yeah. Okay. It was convenient to use HTTP, so it was used, and that is basically the same with MQTT. It wasn't designed for sending files, but it probably will be used for sending files because it is actually very convenient. And I've used it for sending files, for sending databases, copying them from one system to another system. Now, some cloud providers today now even provide add-ons or extensions for their MQTT broker, so you can actually send files easily. And one of them is EMQX, and you can see a link in the article to the MQX website with an article on how to do it and how to use their add-on. Just a few things. Large files, very large files, they're usually segmented. They're split up into chunks. Now, unfortunately, it's not so easy to do on Node-RED. So on Node-RED, we're just going to be sending the entire file. On the Python client that I've done, or the Python program that I've done, it is split up into chunks. It is segmented. And I say there will be a link to that project in the description below. So we're going to send with Node-RED, we're going to send the entire file. Now, if you're doing this on an internal network, you only have the limitation really of the MQTT protocol, which is I think 256 megabytes, which is very large. So when they say MQTT wasn't designed for sending files, it actually was designed with large payloads in mind, because otherwise it wouldn't have such a large message payload size. However, if you're working on or sending using cloud providers, and especially if you're choosing a cloud provider and you do want to send files across it, then you really need to be aware of any message size restrictions they have. Standard seems to be, if you do a quick search, around 128K to 256K. They're common values that you come across. And you should also be aware that clients might also have message size restrictions, because basically if you're going to send a very large payload, you're going to have to bring that payload into the message buffer on the client. So you need to be aware on the client side what you're using, whether it will support the large payloads. Okay, so having said that, let's just take a quick look at the flow. It's a very, very simple flow. Here we are here. We just got a trigger here to send the file. We read the file, and I'm not doing anything fancy with this. I've just everything's static. So there's the file name in the actual node here, and the same comes when I write it out at the other end. Now this is basically the sender on the top, and this is the receiver on the bottom. So we click on here, this, it reads the file, and again with Node-RED it's reading the entire file. So we read the file, we set the message topic, and I'm using one topic for the payload and one topic for the hash. And what we do is, in the database transfer that I mentioned before, I actually didn't have any checking on it. I just actually sent the file. So basically we just followed this route out here and we sent it out on MQTT there. But in this flow here we've got a bit of error checking. What we're going to do is we're going to actually send it out over MQTT, and we're also going to hash the payload, and then we're going to send the message hash out over MQTT. And we're going to use different topics. You can see them down here. You can see here we're using data for the payload and we're using hash for the hash. So when I get to the receiving side, what I do is I pass the payload through the hash, and then on the other side I pass the hash into a function, and this function I should have, and I will do it now, it just basically is a compare. And if they compare, it outputs a result of good, and if they don't compare, it outputs a result of bad. So you can see straight away whether you've actually got a good or a bad. So let's send the file, and we can see here it worked okay. You can see here it's good, and if I look up in the data, we can see there is, sorry, we won't because I empty it for the next run, so we won't see it there. But what I do is I store the hash for the send data in a context variable, and I also store the hash, the received hash, in a context variable, because one's going to arrive after the other, and then I hold them there and I bring them out of here. You can see here context result. I bring them out of here and compare them to see if they're the same, and they should be the same if it went well. Now what I've put in here, just to show you what happens if it doesn't work, I've just added a bit to the payload. So here the payload goes in here now, gets a bit added to it, so it's a different payload that's going through the hash function here, so it should fail. And let me go to the debug node, clear it, and let's send it, and we get a result of bad. Okay, very simple, very straightforward. I say Node-RED has limitations. You could go in here and you could actually segment the file, but it actually doesn't mean coding. You have to split up the file in a function node. Quite a lot of work involved for that, but on an internal network, sending, as I say, I sent megabytes on an internal network, and I sent it without using an error check, but an error check is a very, very good feature to include, so I would actually include this error check in the transfer. But I say with Node-RED you're probably going to be sending the entire file out of simplicity, and as I say, if you're going to do this across an external network, then you really need to check the provider that you're using, that they actually do support that message size, or your maximum message size. Okay, that's it. Quite a simple flow, quite straightforward. As I say, the tutorial is on the site if you want to take a read of it. It goes through the problems with it and the use cases with it in a bit more detail than I've covered in the video. I just wanted to just show you the flow and how it works, and the flow is available for download in the download link, so you can actually take a copy of it and play with it. Okay, that's all for now. If you like the video, then click on the like button. If you've got any comments, then please leave them below. And if you want to get notified of new videos on the channel, then you can always subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.